रख ले पल्ले विच मुखड़ा लुका के रख ले एवें करी ना किसे दे नाल प्यार मुंडिया तू बच के रही नी तू हुणे हुणे होई मुटिया.
Why are Arsenal fans getting gassed and acting delusional after winning a dinner plate? You've basically just won a charity match. No one cares about the Community Shield. Stop acting as if you just won the league. That was the jammiest win I've ever seen in my life. You did not deserve to win that. The police need to investigate this straight away. Can someone please tell me why the game's still going on in the 105th minute, which they ended up scoring in that minute as well? The game should have been over 10 minutes before. This is corruption. Arsenal fans, must I remind you, this is what happens when you play in finals for real trophies. Why are Arsenal fans getting quirky after beating Nottingham Forest 2-1? They're acting as if they just beat their daddy Chelsea and are saying they're going to walk the league because of this one win. Calm down, it's only Nottingham Forest. They're not even going to be in the Premier League next season. They're awful. What did your £100 million signing of Declan Bland Rice do in this game? £100 million, and he couldn't do anything against Nottingham Forest. Imagine when he plays against world-class teams like Man City, Chelsea and PSG. Chelsea will finish above Arsenal this season. This performance was embarrassing. You barely beat a relegation team in Nottingham Forest. Arsenal fans, it's time to come off your high horse. Why are people not respecting us? This is an absolute disgrace. Are you forgetting what we did to Luton Town? It was an absolute annihilation for 90 minutes. We became their daddy. He was looking like a team that is well within this title race, yet you still have the audacity to disrespect us. This is basically harassment, and the police should investigate people that say stuff like this, because Chelsea are too good for shit like this. Arsenal couldn't even beat our little brother Fulham. We won this week. Why not put the attention on them? I understand they might be irrelevant, but to put the focus on Chelsea is completely unfair. But 3 goals and a clean sheet. We're coming for that title.
रख ले पल्ले विच मुखड़ा लुका के रख ले एवें करी ना किसे दे नाल प्यार मुंडिया तू बच के रही नी तू हुणे हुणे होई मुटिया.
Why are Manchester United fans trying to banter Chelsea, saying that we're finished? You're only one place above us in the league. Who are you to talk? Are you forgetting you got tossed around the place in the Banter Classico? What an absolute embarrassment. You've made Arsenal fans think they're actually in some title race. Now our ears have to listen to bollocks because you lost to Arsenal. But what happened to your new goalkeeper you called the next Manuel Neuer? How did he not save Declan Bland Rice's shot? That was an easy save. Now we have to hear the Arsenal fans call him the English Yaya Toure. And on top of that, your winger Sancho can't even get fit enough to make the bench. Well, that's 70 million down the drain. Man United, you're an absolute shambles. Don't you dare try banter Chelsea. Why are people saying Chelsea's a banter club? Did you all get dumped by your girlfriends? Don't take your pain out on us. Chelsea own the big 6. Arsenal, they went from the Invincibles to the bottle jobs. Can you tell me one big thing they've won since this day? And this was about 20 years ago. They celebrate charity shields as if they've won the Premier League. And don't forget all the times they've been slapped up by Barcelona and Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Whilst Chelsea have been winning Champions Leagues. Don't try step to us. Manchester United, all they've won in the last 6 years is a Parabel Cup after having the highest net spend in world football. You've been slapped around in back-to-back Champions League finals by Barcelona in your back garden. You literally have a daddy. And Spurs, do I even have to speak? They haven't won a trophy in 16 years, whilst recently losing their best player in their whole history. That trophy ain't coming anytime soon. But look, Chelsea have won the most trophies of any team in England this century. But I thought we was the banter club. Do I need to release a video on how to grow some brain cells? Because you guys love to talk gibberish when it comes to ball.
Vai te botar pra ralar. Oi, o Neymar não serve pra namorar. O mano Pombo não serve pra namorar. Vinicius Júnior não serve pra namorar.
Why on earth are Arsenal fans getting quirky after beating Man City 1-0? Are you taking the piss? That was the jammiest shit I've seen in my life. Not only were Man City missing two of the best players in the world in De Bruyne and Rodri, but you scored the worst goal I've ever seen in my life. And Man City missing those two players had a whole ripple effect on the whole team. They had to completely change the way they play. I'm not in the mood for this. Now I have to hear the bullshit that's going to come out these Arsenal fans' mouths, how they think they're going to win the league now. Pipe down, you haven't beat Man City for what feels like a decade in the league. So be quiet, you little banter club that's won absolutely nothing big in the last 20 years. One jammy win. Now they're comparing the frauds in their team like Declan Bland Rice to some of the best players in the world. I don't know what is wrong with these Arsenal fans. Every year they get one jammy win and then they have a spike as if they've consumed substances. Every year we get the same delusion. Arsenal fans, pipe down. You're not winning the league. Wait, Arsenal lost to contact lenses, some random farmers, and Manchester United lost to Galatasaray, who are Saudi league quality. But I thought Chelsea was the banter club. Are you forgetting we've won back-to-back games? They told me it's only Fulham. Yet these bottle jobs can't beat a 10-man Fulham at home. This level isn't for everyone. Who let these two banter clubs into the Champions League? They're embarrassing our country. Arsenal have failed to win anything big for the past 20 years, and they told us that Super Mikel Arteta was going to take them back to the top. He's been there for nearly half a decade, and you're still not competing at the top level. His biggest achievement is severely bottling the league. Put some respect on my club. Manchester United fans celebrating consolation goals from Højlund, acting as if they've got the next Haaland. Have some shame. You lost to a nobody. He's a fraud. Where is he when a game needs to be won? They laughed at us. We're only 1 point behind them. We're going to go above them very soon. And Manchester United's misery is going to continue. They're going to finish 12th this season.
Vai te botar pra ralar. Oi, o Neymar não serve pra namorar. O mano pombo não serve pra namorar. Vinicius Júnior não serve pra namorar.
Why are people laughing at Chelsea for being 15th? I know I said we'd be in a title race after the first 5 games, but we got hit with a crisis. It's not our fault. Look at some of the world-class players we've been missing. If we had them available, we would have won our games. We will climb back to near top of the table with the games we got coming up. Fulham and Burnley. Have they even played in the Champions League before? Why would we be afraid of them? I think we will win both those games. And then Arsenal. They've never won a Champions League, and they have Chelsea rejects like Kai Havertz and Declan Rice. That's another win. And then Brentford and Spurs. That's another 2 London clubs. Are you forgetting we're the daddy of London? We're the only team in this city to win a Champions League. Our aura in those games will be too strong. That's 15 points. We'll be back up there challenging. With us starting to get our world-class players back, Chelsea are coming for revenge. Now that we've all established that Chelsea is not a banter club, who is the banter club? You might be thinking, isn't Chelsea in 11th? That can only fool someone with brain cell deficiency. And if you haven't watched our last 3 games, I advise you to take a look. But if you don't like Chelsea, it's going to feel like a horror movie. 3 world-class performances. We're looking scary and penetrated everyone that was put in front of us. And playing like that, we're not afraid of anyone. Whereas Arsenal, their fans waited 7 years to get back into the Champions League just to get slapped around by contact lenses. Who even is that? Not to mention we scammed you 65 million for the German James Charles. What does he even do? He just floats around the pitch like a fairy. Arteta. This has to be one of the biggest frauds in football. Arsenal fans said he was going to bring them back to the top after their 20 years of misery. He spent 700 million, been there for nearly half a decade and has won nothing big, whilst getting cooked by teams like contact lenses. It's clear now. Arsenal are a banter club. Arsenal fans, who the fuck do you think you are? Treating us as if we're some dusty team like Aston Villa. I'd be careful if I were you. Acting as if they're gonna wipe us off the floor, as if we're some small team. I know we've been struggling of late, like last season, but we will not let a smaller club like you belittle us. Start showing us a bit more respect. Why don't you put your Champions League on the table? Oh wait, you mugs sat there thinking you're gonna wipe the floor with us, one crusty charity shield and bottle job season, and you don't know how to act, thinking you're Real Madrid or something. Despite some of the handicap we've been put under, like clueless managers such as Lampard and Potter, you must remember we're on our villain arc, and in these big games we have a hunger and determination that makes us rise to the occasion. So I'd stop being so cocky if I were you. And I find it funny, they forget some of the world-class players we obtain that would walk into their team. I cannot wait for this game. People are always yapping on how Chelsea is such a laughing stock. Then they'll go on to how Real Madrid's the best club in the world. You know what? I don't even think they're all that. Chelsea are meant to be the laughing stock. Yet so many of our players would walk into the best club in the world. Jude Bellingham. They're going on how he's meant to be the best player in the world. Don't be so foolish. Enzo Fernandez is clear of it. Are you forgetting that game in the Champions League last season against Borussia Dortmund? Enzo Fernandez owned Bellingham. Not just that, but why don't you tell Bellingham to put his World Cup medal on the table? One player Real Madrid have better than Nkunku in his position. That's right, you can't. I know they have Vinny Jr., but when Mudryk fulfills his potential, he's going to be better than that system player. I'm taking Mudryk. He's the fastest player in the world. Levi Colwill, the next John Terry, he is on another level to Eder Militao. And don't even get me started on this guy Joselu and Valverde, the Uruguayan Conor Gallagher. So many of our players walk into Real Madrid, the best club in the world, yet we're supposed to be afraid of Arsenal. Do one, will you? Why are people saying Chelsea's going to lose to Arsenal? How fucking dare you? Do you not know who we are? We're the biggest club in London. Show us some respect and stop treating us like we're flipping Brighton or something. Not to be rude, but are you guys autistic? It was Chelsea against the world. You was all wishing on our downfall, and we won our last 3 games in a row, must I add, with world-class performances. As for the Arsenal fans, it's time you guys get put in your place. You guys talk a bit too much for a team that's never won the Champions League and has won nothing big for the last 20 years. One bottle job season, and you guys forget who runs London. Embarrassing. We will show you who owns this city. We want to make it 4 wins in a row as we're on the path to one of the greatest villain arcs in football history. Arsenal rate some of their crusty ballers too highly, so some of our world-class players like Mudryk and Enzo Fernandez will show them what world-class is. So Arsenal, be ready, because we're ready to show that this is our city.
Would have rather the team get bent over sideways and tossed around for 90 minutes than throw away the game like that. We was world class, but one turd cost us the game. Robert Sanchez, get the fuck out my club. Arsenal, you can keep stroking away to your jammy 2-2 draw, because when Nkunku comes back, we're gonna be unstoppable. We'll see you at the Emirates. Champions League, here we come.
Why are people saying Real Madrid's gonna lose to Rayo Vallecano? Are you dense? Please tell me something didn't go wrong when you was in your mother's wombs. Because you have to be somewhat twisted to think something as stupid as that. Do you know who we are? We're the biggest club in the world. We have 14 Champions Leagues. I don't even think this little bum team that I've never heard of even knows what that is. I can't even name one player on their team. Even a dusty team like Arsenal wouldn't want any of their players. You really think relegation fodder is going to be able to deal with the best player in the world, Jude Bellingham, and the best winger in the world, Vinicius Jr.? We're going to penetrate Rayo Vallecano and be on our way to our 36th La Liga title. Why are Manchester United fans trying to banter Chelsea for bottling a 2-0 lead to Arsenal? Are you forgetting they gave you back shots? They absolutely penetrated you 3-1. Imagine letting a banter club like Arsenal, that's never won the Champions League, do that to you. How embarrassing. We dominated them when we played them, and the only reason we didn't get 3 points is because of the scandalous Robert Sanchez. He needs to be investigated. I remember Manchester United fans trying to laugh at Mudryk and call him a flop. Well, now he has more goals than Rashford, Højlund and Antony combined this season. Respect my star boy. But you barely beat a championship level side in Sheffield United. What do you think is going to happen when you play Man City this weekend? You can keep flexing your above Chelsea trophy all you want, because come this weekend, you're not going to be above us anymore. But they tried to flex on us for stealing our star boy. But little did they know, we had something better cooking up. So Manchester United, humble yourselves, because you're embarrassing.
ਤੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਚੀਰ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਲੈ ਪੱਲੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁਖੜਾ ਲੁਕਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਲੈ ਐਵੇਂ ਕਰੀ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਆਰ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚ ਕੇ ਰਹੀ ਨੀ ਤੂੰ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੋਈ ਮੁਟਿਆਰ ਤੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਚੀਰ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਲੈ ਪੱਲੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁਖੜਾ ਲੁਕਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖ ਲੈ ਐਵੇਂ ਕਰੀ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਆਰ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚ ਕੇ ਰਹੀ ਨੀ ਤੂੰ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੁਣੇ ਹੋਈ ਮੁਟਿਆਰ
1,000 goal challenge. I'm really about to win this shit. I'm a Chelsea fan. That's what we do. Winning is in our DNA. All we do is win. We won the Champions League 2 years ago. Let's go. Who we getting first? Mohamed Salah. Let's go, even though Hazard is clear of him. We're going to take Premier League 149. Mohamed Salah. That's a cracking start, baby. Who the fuck is that guy? His name is Gattuso. He must be Japanese heritage or something like that. Only 9 Serie A goals, we'll take that. But why are people saying we're not going to make a comeback? Robin van Persie, baby. Oh my gosh. I took club thinking he banged loads of goals for that banter club Arsenal. 132. I don't even think we're on 300 yet. Oh my god. Get off the screen! I'll take country. Only 9 goals? Why are you giving me this absolute fraud? Why am I so unlucky? I never win anything. Gareth Bale! We'll take La Liga, 81 goals. Come on, we must be on like 500, 600 or something. Just give me a Messi and we've done it. 3 more. Oh, Bale! No! I'm forced to take Bundesliga. I need that last club spot to try get Messi or Ronaldo in the last goal so I can win this shit. Come on, give me Ronaldo and Messi and I can win this. No, man, I never win anything. This is all Chelsea's fault. They're giving me bad energy because they lose all the fucking time. And it's translated to my real life. Now I don't fucking win anything.
Some of your guys' parents need to look themselves in the mirror and think, why did I raise such a dense human being? Because the fact that some of you are still using Chelsea for the scapegoat of your banter is embarrassing. We won 4 of our last 6 games, and that would be 5 if our bozo keeper didn't throw away the game against Arsenal. We are in form and looking like a world-class team. On the other hand, you've got that banter club, Man United, making a mockery of English football and embarrassing us in the Champions League. Who let them represent our country in Champions League? Not only did they get harassed by Bayern, but they're behind 2 farmers. And whilst that fraud Højlund can't even score a single Premier League goal, our striker is scoring hat-tricks against world-class teams. And Arsenal, don't think you're getting away. You got owned by West Ham and Newcastle. Not to mention you got bullied by us when you came to Stamford Bridge and was lucky to get away with a point. Don't you guys dare call Chelsea a banter club.
ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਆਰ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ